proved genuine. You see, hope helps us see what God is doing in the midst of our trials. Yeah, I don't know if you've ever seen gold refined. Probably not, but if you look on, you can look it up on the internet. In fact, I'll even put a video on the church Facebook page so you can actually see this. I went and looked this up, and it was really interesting. The way they refine gold now hasn't changed all that much from the way they used to do it. They take the gold, and when you get gold in the rod, it's full of imperfections and impurities and things. And so what you do is you put it in a furnace. And the furnace that they use is not, different kinds, but there's one that's about maybe this big. Looks like a large, almost like a flower pot sort of thing, but it's obviously got fire in it, and there's a hole in the top. And so you put the gold down in there, you heat the gold up to, I don't know how many thousand degrees Fahrenheit, so that the gold turns to liquid. And then what happens is the impurities, whatever it is, the crud in the gold, it rises to the top, and then you get this coating on the top of the molten gold. It looks like, it's hard to describe it, it looks like it's kind of an ash-type substance. And then the goldsmith, what she can do is just skim that right off the top. All the impurities come to the top, and so she can just take that easily off the top and then just throw it on the ground, and then it's left as just dust on the ground. And then when the whole process is finished, you're left with pure molten gold, and then that's when they put it into the bars. So it's the intensity of the heat that purifies and perfects the gold. And here's what Peter is saying, that the trials that we experience now, God doesn't spare us from those. Our faith is far more valuable than gold. And you take gold, and if you're willing to submit that to the furnace, you're willing to put the gold in the fire to purify it and perfect it, then God is willing to do the same thing with our faith. He will allow us to walk through the furnace. He will allow us to face the adversity. Because what he wants to do is bring to the surface the impurities. See, if you are living in the midst of adversity right now, if you're living in the midst of a trial, understand what God is doing. He is perfecting you. He is making you holy. He is changing you. He's transforming you. You see, you go through a trial, God begins to reveal things about yourself you didn't know, the good and the bad. You begin to see that there are things that you trust. You thought you trusted fully in God, and then you face the adversity, and you realize, wow, there were still parts of my life I didn't realize that I wasn't trusting fully in Him. But God doesn't shame us for that. He says, no, I'm going to perfect you. I'm going to teach you what it is to trust in me. You live with something like anxiety or depression, and it's a struggle, and the temptation is to just hate that and want it out of your life. But you know what God can do with that? He can use that to show you more and more about what it is to lean on Him. And through your weakness, you see God's strength. He's perfecting you. He's making your faith complete. He's making you holy. He's preparing you for eternity. Do you see that? He's perfecting you through the trials, through the furnace.